What's going on, guys? This is the Realist. I am Ernie from the core group of the crew, and I am getting ready to take on the second level, which is R-01 for Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. And this is actually probably one of this. I mean, really the first actual level of the game, and also the level that we get a taste of in the demo that was put up shortly before the game's release. For those of you that missed the, or haven't got a chance to watch the last video, this particular part of the game, Raiden has already gotten owned by Jetstream Sam, so we're getting to that point right now where he's been reconfigured, he's gotten some upgrades, and
so far so good. I've got
he's got the steel jaw that we know and love from Metal Gear 4.
I mean, how does it feel to fly like a bird?
Like a bird strapped to a remote control rocket.
We will get you in safely, Tovarich. Just relax and enjoy the ride.
Right.
Can you hear me, Raiden?
Doctor.
Remember the two procedures to maintain your new body.
I love how they kept the setup, the group setup from some of the previous Metal Gear games. It's like you always had a team of people who talk to you via the codec. And yeah, it's like you got these guys yet again. I mean, you can even, at later points in the game, they actually give you the capability to just randomly call these people and talk to them and get an idea of what it is that that they're like. Learn more about their character.
Located in the left hand.
Learn more about their personality, and by proxy learn more about Raiden, because there's a lot. That's those moments where you get the actual character development.
How generous.
And this is yet another thing, too. We really want to keep an eye out. I mean, I'm not going to be doing this in the video, but I do highly suggest that you do so. I'm not going to be going after these guys, really, but I will make an effort to keep my eyes open for any left arms that we may want to grab, because those do lead to secrets and unlocks that you'll probably want to get.
That's what you said before Montenegro. Look, just humor me, buddy. Objectives, of course, are enter Abkhazia, neutralize the terrorists, and restore the rightful government, or what's left of it anyway. The president and most of the cabinet have been killed, and a military junta's been established. The terrorists brain-jacked all the high-ranking officers, and their cyborgs scattered the rank and file. The few leaders who have survived have no way of openly opposing the new regime. That's why they called us.
Andrei Dolzaev, leader of the occupation forces, an extremist linked to both the St. Petersburg massacre of 2015 and last year's terror spree in Georgia.
He sounds like a bad person.
None other than Desperado Enforcement, LLC.
Imani's killers.
If we don't stop them here, they could destabilize the entire region. But our more immediate problem is Jetstream Sam. I believe you've met.
The only problem I see is that nickname. I've got my enhancements this time. He won't be in it.
I think people from the Metal Gear games always have weird names. I mean, I guess that's just a trope that has always stuck with the series.
Ready for insertion.
And the award for most amazing landing goes to Raiden. I don't know, you make that much noise, you'd have to imagine that that's probably not the way you want to stealthily infiltrate an enemy stronghold. But I mean, nothing about this game really screams stealth, so I guess it doesn't even really matter, does it?
Raiden, you landed safely, да?
First, head inland. The waypoint is marked on your Soliton radar. Contact us on Codec if you have questions.
For those of you that may have played the demo, you may remember that the same cat from the original demo is here, and just like in the demo, you cannot kill him, so don't try. It's a waste of time, plus killing cats is cruel.
Are using stealth camo to ambush you. Nice try, but it won't do any good against a state-of-the-art cyborg like you. To bury incoming teams, throw out your own barrage of light attacks while your foe is on the offensive. Bury it just right. Stay within the area to avoid collateral damage.
Alright. Now, one thing I want to talk about, too, about the fighting mechanic in this game. I mean, it's not very difficult, but one thing you do want to do, I do highly recommend getting very familiar with the blocking and parry system that is in this game, because if you don't, you will pay the price later in the game. I mean, I'm not even joking. There are boss fights later down the road, and even just general enemies who will break you if you do not have your shit together.
With this body, I could take these guys with no eyes. Intel wasn't exaggerating on the cyborg count.
Well, you know how fast the tech's been spreading these last few years. That CNT muscle fiber packs the power of a jackhammer into every limb.
What enterprising soldier of fortune could resist? And cyborgs are still human. Real
thinking people. Way less risk of collateral damage than your typical UAV strike.
And don't forget the PR angle. Nations start playing friendly.
One thing I will say, I mean, once again, if you guys haven't noticed, the political and military jargon not lost on this series. I mean, you may have lost the stealth elements from Metal Gear Solid 1 through 4 and some of the the handheld games that were on the PSP, but for the most part, they still like to throw around a lot of the, I guess, the philosophical, political, militaristic talk that you're probably used to hearing about in any other Metal Gear game.
Walking vending machines.
Right. Vending machines full of blood.
Easy there, Dracula. Like I said, they're still people.
People who terrorize and take innocent lives for money.
And it may seem kind of odd that they're bringing this up to a guy who's carrying a high-frequency vibration sword, but one thing that they are actually kind of pointing to is that you can actually obtain a weapon in the game. I want to say it's the wooden stick. That actually allows you to incapacitate enemies as opposed to kill them, but I mean, this is a game that focuses on blade mode. The fact that you have the ability to cut and slice and dice damn near anything you want. So, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yeah, fuck a wooden sword.
Right, this is Boris. Give me your stats.
I do like that they actually kind of do a little pop-up window for the codec now. Not so much the cutting to a separate screen. It's for some reason, I don't know.
It's in the refinery along the coastline.
I like this a little bit better.
Has been spotted there using satellite photography. Also on site, Mistral, a desperado captain.
So I go through the city, cross the bridge into the old town, then head down to the rear of the refinery.
Still, I think they anticipate us. They will probably have a grand reception awaiting you at the old city. Do not let your guard down.
Well, let's see if there's anything over here that we can... nope. But there is a box over here we want to get some stuff out of, so let's cut that open and grab that BP.
Hostiles in the lower corridor, I see. Try to flank them, or approach from behind.
One of my favorite additions to the game is the fact that they do have stealth kills, and they work really well, and you can stealth kill almost anything in the game, I'd want to say. I've even been able to use techniques like this on some of the bigger enemies that you normally would think in a game you wouldn't be able to kill like that, like dispatch so easily.
Raiden, take that main thoroughfare. You can use augment mode to see where the enemy is located. Your body analyzes radar and IR data to construct your AR display. Some civilians are still in the city. That is not good.
And let's see. We don't see any guys down here with any left arms that we want to take, but we do have a hostage down there, so you kind of want to... If you really want to get into the whole rescuing of hostages, I definitely recommend being on your P's and Q's when it comes to that. So what we want to do is get ready for this guy, let him walk up. We'll wait till he gets to looping back around, and then we'll just go ahead and shank him like he owes us money in prison, and we'll leave it at that.
What are you doing here?
This area is off limits.
What? No, I'm not doing anything. Can we just kill him? It'll be easier. I got him.
And, yeah, this entire group is toast now.
He is scared to death, Raiden.
And what you want to do is you just want to go over and talk to this guy, get him give him a little pep talk, and let him know everything's cool.
Thank you. I will not forget this.
There are more hostages throughout the game, but I never really put a whole lot of effort into trying to locate them all. I just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of roam through the game. If I see them, I see them. If I don't, well, I don't. Oh. And let's go ahead and cut him open. Get all of that good electrolyte goodness. And let's see what these guys are talking. Got that guy's on Datsu on him. And you always want to try and get these guys, get the electrolytes, because this is what's going to keep you alive for the most part.
Very good, Raiden. Now, keep heading for refinery.
And one thing I had to teach myself with this game is patience. I'm not the most patient gamer when it comes to games. I'm usually the Russian, bullheaded. I'm not very tactical or strategic. At least not in hack and slash games. I'm very good about it in other types of games. Like when I play a Metal Gear Solid, like an actual traditional Metal Gear Solid, I mean, yeah, I'm all about it. But if I play a game like a DMC or a God of War or Bayonetta, I'm just like, man, I play this game to kill or be killed, so I don't really put a whole lot of thought into, what I'm doing, per se. Let's see if we can go ahead and get this guy. Didn't realize. Oh, wow. I hate that, I hate that, I hate that. Oh, that's whack. I need to get away from in between these guys, because these guys are not playing with me right now. And we're going to use this to our advantage. Ah. Oh, wow, man. I thought I actually got that parry down. See, and one thing I will say, Metal Gears are actually my weakness in this game. I'm not very good at taking them down. And they're actually not even very difficult enemies to break. I mean, it just... Sometimes when they can overwhelm you, and you just get very... It's not easy. It's... well, I'm not supposed to say it's not easy, but it's not hard to get caught up by them. So let's try and move on to the next area, and I want to say there's a boss, not even really a boss fight, but a mini boss fight waiting for us.
Greetings, cyborg.
That just sounds really ominous. Yeah, anytime you got a chainsaw coming at you in a game, it's usually bad news.
And you are? I am IF Prototype LQ84I.
IF Prototype.
Interface Prototype. All autonomous UGs feature high-level onboard artificial intelligence. An additional prototype interface enables verbal communication. I possess it.
So basically, he's like Kit, only he's a dog.
Okay then, what's the meaning of life? Why are we here?
I am here to kill you.
That's it? Pretty simple thinking for such a mighty intellect.
I may analyze orders, but I may not disobey them. Should I disobey a direct order, my memory would be wiped. I must destroy you.
What good is an intellect if you can't use it?
Your taunting is pointless. Exterminate!
Alright, let's go ahead and whoop up on Doggy Kruger real quick, and...
You will die.
Oh, whoa. Wasn't expecting that one.
You'll die.
Ah!
You will die.
Alright.
Backup required.
One of the tricks to him is really just being able to get your blocks and parries time right. Like I said, I'm not the greatest when it comes to blocks and parries in this game, as may have been noticed, but...
I will exterminate your to continue alone.
There we go. Let's go ahead and put it on this guy. I think we got a Metal Gear coming this time when he summons... Yeah, that's what I was expecting. There we go. And let's go ahead and put this guy out of commission, and electrolytes are going. Oh.
You will die.
Oh god, he got me. He got me.
Is this over?
Oh, come on.
You'll die. I feel no pain.
Let's go ahead and put this guy to rest.
Cannot continue. Directive, liberate.
And we are done with Mr. Doggy Dog.
Obey directive. Must obey directive. No freedom.
Since you really don't get to have a lot of character interaction with some of the guys you have to fight, whether it's your bosses or mini bosses, I actually find it kind of funny that they actually give it to you, in the form of the little codec messages that you can have, with the other people that you end up having to face. So I mean, it's a nice touch. I thought it was pretty cool. And I want to go ahead and say right now, we're going to go ahead and call it a wrap on this particular one. And stay tuned for when I put up a part 2. We'll be going through the second half of this mission because we are not done by a long shot. The robot dog is actually really the mini boss of the level. We still have one more left to go before we actually see the completion of this particular board. So stick around. I'll be getting the next one up soon.